Karen Curry here, author of the #1 best-selling book, Understanding Human Design, here with your weekly Human Design Evolution Transit Report. I'm really excited this week because there's a lot of really great energy this week that kind of promises to help you release a lot of your money karma this week, if that's really an area in your life where you're struggling with. And most of us do struggle there, and there's a reason why we struggle there. It's a very important reason, which I'm going to reveal to you kind of as I go through the material for this week. But the thing that I want you to walk away with this week, and the thing I really want you to carry in your heart and your soul this week, is this one really important fact, okay? The minute that you start to live true to yourself is the minute you instantly release all of your karma. And when I say karma, I'm not talking about, I killed you in this last lifetime, so this is your lifetime to kill me, or, last time we were husband and wife and now we're brother and sister. I'm not talking about that kind of karma, okay? What I'm talking about is the karma that comes from our conditioning, our belief systems that are sort of in our cells and on, sitting with us and have been playing with us for the course of our lifetime, experiences that have been duplicated over and over again that verify and validate for us that certain fixed belief systems are true, although they may be keeping you stuck and potentially even broke. I'm talking about all that junk that you've been carrying with you for your lifetime, and possibly that your family's been carrying with it for lifetimes. All those old beliefs, all those old value systems, all of that stuff. This is a great week to really let it go. When you're going through the energy of this week, I really want you to pay attention to really important questions like, what are your beliefs about money? How do you feel about work? Is your money directly related to your work? Or is there another way in which you can have money that isn't related to work? And if you get that kind of money that's not work-related money, is that good money? Is that bad money? Is that dirty money? Is there something sneaky about the way you created it? Pay attention to all of your beliefs about money this week, because this is an energy that we're really going to be playing with. We start the week with the sun in the gate 30, so we still have a lot of this intensity and fire. We're kind of finishing putting up the fire to the ends of our envisioning process for the year. And as we moved out of this 30 on Wednesday into the 55 in the sun, we're really being invited to step fully into asking ourselves, how much do we trust the infinite nature of the abundance of the universe to give us what we need, to give us the support we deserve, to give us the money that we need to have to make the fulfillment of our life purpose a reality? So this is not a new energy. This is an energy that we've been playing with in Neptune for more than a year now. We have been asking ourselves over and over again, how far are you willing to go with your leaps of faith? How much do you trust Source? How much do you trust that if you're really true to yourself, if you follow what's real in your heart, how much do you trust that you're going to be supported? This week is kind of a pedal to the metal sort of a week with this theme. This is the week where you really have a lot of support from the celestial level to get ready to shed the past, shed all the obligations, shed all the responsibilities that perhaps were not yours to carry, all the old belief systems that have been perhaps been keeping you stuck in habits and patterns that aren't serving you anymore. It really is kind of a rebirth kind of an energy, particularly around the nature of money. And money's tricky in human design. We find money in a lot of different places in the chart, but the most interesting place where we find money, particularly money in an abundant supply, is in the gate 55. The gate 55 is actually called the gate of abundance. Now, this is the gate that's been in Neptune for more than last year, and this is the gate we've got in the sun. This abundant energy is, by the way, not in any way connected to the energies of work. It's not in any way connected to the energy of family connections. What the gate 55 promises in the archetype of humanity, it says, when you are true to yourself and when you trust Source as your source of infinite abundance, as your source of support, then you get everything you need to be the fullest expression of yourself, doing what you love, living from the heart, expressing yourself fully. It's all over the chart. It's not just in the gate 55. What we see in that chart, if we look at that chart as a map for what's possible for mankind, what's the potential highest expression of what it means to be human, what we see in that chart is that it's almost a promise to us that when we live true to ourselves, we will be absolutely supported in every way necessary to make our unique creative contribution to the world. That's just who we are. That's our birthright. And so this week, as this energy sort of cycles through, you're really being given an opportunity to fully step into that flow. And it's not about what you do in terms of work. It's not about who you know. It's not about any of that. It's about absolutely and completely, remember, with Uranus in the 21, the gate of control, it's all about absolutely and beautifully surrendering and trusting Source to fill in all those unknown gaps that you might have in the manifestation of your desires. If you don't know how it's going to happen, doesn't matter. Let the universe handle it. If you don't know if you don't have what it needs, or you think you don't have what it needs to make it happen, don't worry. The universe has got it. This is your week to really experiment with how much do you trust? If I jump off that cliff, are angels going to carry me to the other side? And if you stay in that place of absolute awareness and knowingness, and if you trust that it is not up to you to create the support, it's up to you to align with the support. And that's a subtle difference, but it's an important difference. If you trust that, this is the week when you're going to start seeing some fruits begin to bear for you. If you've been doing your homework for the last year and really asking yourself and playing chicken with the universe and saying, how far am I going to go? How much further can I take this? If you've been taking been doing your homework and doing those exercises, I promise you that this is the week where you're going to start to see some fruit come into your infinite breadbasket. Okay, so this week, really important for you to check in. Where are you at with your money beliefs? What do you need to, where do you think you need to make some shifts and changes? What do you need to release and let go of? What are your family patterns about money? Are there patterns there and old karma that you can let go of? What do you really want to do? This is a big, important question in the creation process. What do you really want? And I mean, get totally naked, real honest with yourself. Don't tell me what you should want, because that's a secondary theme that could come up for you. You might find yourself saying, well, I do want this, but I can't have it because I have these obligations and responsibilities. You will be able to completely fulfill those responsibilities, if those are the responsibilities that are true to your heart, if you're following your heart. That level of support is guaranteed. All right, so do your homework, clean your money karma, get yourself into the flow, be radically honest with yourself, stand in that abundant flow, let it come to you, and let go of the past. So really kind of cool week. This energy, by the way, is going to keep working with us for a couple of weeks, so really give yourself permission to dive deep with this stuff and have a really great time with it. Have a wonderful week.